What? What, you? Hey, how's it going? Erlangamut. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Hi. How's it going? I apologize. That is not a language that I know. Right? Man, it's warm in here. The summer's coming and I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm a cold weather person. I generally run hot, and when my environment's hotter, it's just like terrible, unbearable. All right, I'm just sorting something out real quick, and then we'll get started. Oh, it's rough. It's rough right now, folks. It's just rough. All right, I'm gonna go grab a drink, and then I think what we have to do is plot a trolley course in this underground maze. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but it'll be something. Okay, so last time I was in here. Wait, let me open the door so I don't like boil. Okay, last time we were in here, I kind of just ran around and got lost. So we're going to we're gonna make a bit of a map or some shit. I'm gonna open up paint and I'm gonna put like a circle in the middle here somewhere and be like, okay, we're right here. Boom. And we're gonna go north 1. So we go north 1. Boom. So now we're at another node. So this doesn't work. This doesn't work. East. So obviously we know where south goes. South goes back to where we came. So we can go west. So we'll go west 1. And I'll put that on my map. Boom, west 1. Boom. So north, that's a one way we could go. So this has a way north. So we're just gonna put a road north, but I won't put a circle, just in case there's another way to go. If we go east, that takes us back to where we came from. Okay, so north is the only direction to go. So let's go. So now we're another node north. Whoop. I wonder if I could quickly and easily Hold on. Add. Window capture. Paint. No, that's not going to work the way I want it to. Oh, I see it's different now. Shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do what I want. Used to be you could really easily like select a portion of your monitor to show in a little window, but the new OBS doesn't do that very well. You have to like capture a window and then make a filter, crop filter, and it's weird. So instead, we'll just try to go like window capture. No title must match. Okay. Oh, that didn't work at all. Why is it black? It's angry. Okay, it really doesn't want to work. Okay, scrap this idea. I wanted to show the little map I was making on the screen, but clearly that's not going to work. Okay, so we went north, and we could go north again. So we'll make that little stick. And we could also go east. Okay. We could also go south, that's back where we came. Although I kind of want to go back south to make sure this didn't turn. I wasn't paying attention when we drove the thing. That's one of the things I learned last time I tried to do this is you have to actually pay attention to the track because sometimes it curves and it doesn't just go straight. Okay, so this one just went straight. Okay, let's just go north again. Okay, we just went straight. Whoop. All right, got a new node. The south is back where we came. Oh, this is a dead end. Okay, so this is a dead end. There's no other ways to go here, so we have to go back. Cat just wants attention from anybody. That's how she is. Yes, here we have to go east. Well, it's kind of weird that east and west are like inverted. Like if I turn the like ship to like the west, it goes to the east. Kind of strange. Okay, let's go east. And that was straight. So we're in a new node. And this, in theory, the way my map is, if I went south, I should like go back a whole bunch, but I never had that path, so clearly that's not a thing. So west is back where we came. So I can go east again. And this is backwards. Okay. So we're gonna go east. It's the only way to go. Alright, we'll get a path east. Whoop. It's completely straight. Kill this. Man, I hate broadcast, man. I fucking hate broadcast. So, I don't know what happened, but I accidentally closed broadcast, and then when I reopened it, it got really angry. Why do it when you hate it? No, no, it's a piece of software. NVIDIA Broadcast. For some reason, it's very upset right now, and I don't know why. I closed it by accident. Everything was fine, and I closed it by accident. And when I reopened it, because basically the reason you couldn't hear me is because I accidentally closed it, so it wasn't working anymore. So the pipeline that the microphone goes through the filter, got disconnected. Fine. But then I reopened the thing, and I can see right now that it's like maxing out. Like the filter is maxing out on input. And it doesn't even make any sense because it's not connected to anything right now. I don't know what it's doing. So this is directly piped from my microphone. What a fucking piece of shit software. The worst part is I spent extra time trying to fix the warping and the pops in this weekend. And now it's like being a complete piece of shit. Like it's just not working at all. Okay. It seems to have calmed down now. I fixed it, I think. Okay. Okay, everything's good, I think. I think it's good. That was the first thing I was just for you, Ben. That's just for you. I was making sure you're awake, you know. Just making sure you're awake. Ah, fucking piece of shit. Can you go to System Tray and not be a piece of shit? Does it sound fine now? I did sound, the worst part is, I did sound check today, and normally I don't have time to do that. So I went and did sound check, and everything was fine. And then I come in here, and it's like, fucked. It's like, as long as you have something you can put the blame on. I did not intentionally blast your ears, no. And in fact, I have no idea why it did that. That's so annoying. I can only think for some reason it was reverbing against itself for some reason. Oh. Do you have some idea how the puzzle works? Not really, but I'm making a guesswork. I have a little map I'm working on. I was trying to make an easy way to show it on the screen, but It's an acoustic puzzle? Oh, that's not good. The sound tells you what you need to know. Yeah. I can't make heads or tails of that, to be honest. That's what I thought at first, and I was using the button. But honestly, I can't make heads or tails of what these noises mean. So I've been just making a map because I feel like eventually you're gonna get to the right place, right? Probably there's an easier way to do it, but spoiler free, I have no idea what these noises mean, to be honest. There's 4 different sounds in total. Yeah, I kind of noticed that they were similar sounds. And some even sounded like they were sounds combined, which I guess would make sense. But that didn't really help me to know which one was pointing in what direction, to be honest. Because there's not the only good feedback you would have is the dead ends. That's like the best feedback you could have. I guess I could go to the dead end and see what that sounds like. Because I kind of know roughly where a dead end is. Almost mapping it is more fun though, if I'm being honest. Oh, this went the other way too. Yeah, this doesn't go where I thought I was gonna go. Yeah, this doesn't go where I thought it would. That was a dead end sound. Well, okay, let's chill and calling me hasty for a minute, but I just want you to understand that, like, I'm like halfway doing one method and you're telling me to do a completely different method. So, like, just understand that, like, I was looking at this from a different perspective than the perspective you're trying to ask of me, right? So it's like, we'll just chill. In my brain, I know where a dead end is. I didn't know that was a dead end. On my little map, it was going to go in a different direction, and then halfway it like veered in a different direction than the way that I'd predicted it was going to go. Because when you look at this, it's not just straight, right? It's got movement. So in my brain, I was using this movement to chart mapping, right? And I was like, oh, the way this is curved, it's going to go into this direction, and then it went a completely different direction. But to be clear, like, to a certain extent, kind of let me, like, fumble around a little bit, you know? I'm sure it sounds like you've already played the game before. So, like, we kind of don't want to get into autopilot territory, tell me how to play, right? It's because that's not going to be the right experience. So, like, part of it to me, I don't even know if that goes back to the way I was going before, but because the thing turned on me. Now see, look. This says southwest, right? And like, so this area here, it's like there's multiple pathways. I get that. So you're telling me this one was a dead end? I didn't know that because I didn't look at all the different options, but we'll see what this does. So it makes that noise. But this is southeast, so this isn't a dead end, right? So you're telling me I'm hasty, but you're being hasty. Let's be not hasty together. How about that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to a place that I know is a dead end, because I've already made a map. So this doesn't do this. I have a little paint project. So if I go backwards now, I think this just takes me north. And then I gotta go west. See, look, I'm making my little subway map, man. That's pretty cool. I almost know where I'm going. Almost know where I'm going. Alright, so this is a dead end. So I don't know if that noise means wrong direction, if that means like hot and cold realm. I don't know if that means go south, because south is the only proper way to go. So like this could be like, you know, if you want to try to suss this out, this can be like, okay, this means we'll say clunk sound. Clunk sound means south, or maybe it means cold. I don't know. So let's go Mac. So this sounds like a combo, but I'm not sure, because it's like there's a little chipper sound too, that little ticky sound. But say that's just like steam sound. That's which is a single sound. Yeah, there's a similar kind of sound that's like part of the phonetic of this, but so what could that mean? Could that mean go east? The only thing I could do is go south. Well, if we assume that going south is the fucking clunky sound, then we don't go south. It means we go east. So say steam clicky sound east maybe. But that would mean that this next sound has to be the same, if that's true. Okay. Consistency, that's good. Ding dong. So that's the same clunk sound. Does that mean south? Our current plot said that means go south. That clunk. So this one has to be southeast, but then it's making that noise. Different noise. Which doesn't sound like southeast, because if it was a combo southeast, you would think it would have that clunk noise as part of it. That would be logical, right? So it's not this way, if we're following this logic. So I know southeast is a way you could go, but this isn't a way, like, that's not a combo way. The only way would be west, which is that weird road. So if like this, I'm just gonna say it sounds like some kind of bug wings, bug noise. If bug noise is west, then we go this way. The weird thing about this, though, is this thing turns, and I don't know if that means anything, because you don't end up going west through here. It makes a turn. If that means anything. It kind of meant something when I was mapping stuff, and that's kind of why it made sense to me to map it. So that has the clunky sound, south, and it has bug noise west. So is southwest a way to go? Okay. Ding dong. Ding dong must be north, right? Ding dong? It's the only one that's left. Ding dong and bug noise northwest? Ding dong, steam cloud, northeast. North. Clonk is south, steam east, southeast. Southeast this way. Oh, that's different. That's different terrain. We're making progress, right? Take me up. Take me in. Take me out. Aha. Well, that was shorter than what I was going to do. I was going to make a subway map. I would have got there eventually. As long as my microphone isn't exploding, or being choppy or warpy, I'm happy. That's the most important part here. Oh boy. We're back here again. The way back. Don't I have a page? I do. I have 2 pages, I think. It seems like so. Yeah, it seems like I got prodded in the right direction. Nothing happened. Can you tell me more? Strange man in the picture. What was it? Well, basically there's 4 different sounds. When you go in a direction and you get to a stop, it would make a noise. And that's originally what I thought you were supposed to do. Like, and basically the sounds just correspond to a cardinal direction, but you don't initially know which cardinal direction they are associated with. So, and part of the other thing too is like, sometimes you would take a direction and the like trolley would like go like on a turn and like around, and some of them were longer than us. So I like started making a map. But really the map just kind of helped me easily figure out which cardinal direction each sound was associated with. And then once you kind of like know, okay, this sound is this direction, then when you get to like each stop, you're like, okay, you hear the sound, and then sometimes the sound is like a combination of 2 sounds, and then you know it's like southwest would be like 2 different noises combined together, the south noise and the west noise or whatever. So once you did that, it was kind of like, well, not too hard after you figured like the right directions out. Okay. We got some pages. That's good. So if we take stock, we figured out how to use spaceship. We took spaceship to that other world. We did that stuff in that other world. I don't think there was anything else in that other world to do. I'm trying to think of what was in there, but I don't think there was anything else to do. The problem is, it didn't really help me. Wait, hold on. What happened to my other paint document I had? It didn't really help me solve other things here. If it was supposed to, I don't know. But let me dig out the other. I think I took us some screenshots. Hold on. Pictures. No. Oh, new folder. Oh yeah, here it is. Print the map and hang it on the fridge. Holy fuck. Now, I do have a picture. Okay, so one of the things that I took... Hey, Bee's Knees, how's it going? One of the things I did took... So in that other world we were just in, there was a clock. And that clock was set to 11:05. So I'm curious if I set this clock to 11:05, if that'll do something. Of course fucking not. Or I guess it's 10:05. It's not doing anything though, as far as I can tell. That's not 10:05? Isn't it? Am I an idiot? I don't understand. Shorthand hour. Longhand minute. 10:05. I mean, I can show you the picture that I have. And see the clock on the top. Oh, well, actually, you make a good point, though. Maybe it's... Maybe it's this. I don't know. No, that doesn't work. It may not have anything to do with this, but like I was trying to find something in that other world that would have made sense to one of these puzzles in this first world, right? Because like I kind of like randomly figured out how to get into that spaceship, but I kind of feel like there's some extra information. I don't know, maybe if it's all present within this current island, but this was the clock in that other world, right? Maybe this is, I don't know, 10:04, or we could go and try this one, which is like 3 o'clock. I don't know. But it didn't seem to do anything. Mosley fat ass in my purview. I can't see Mosley. I really can't see what's going on, brother. Like, maybe it's this. Yeah, do not touch that, please. I'm having so much sound issues, and I'm honestly partially blaming your need to touch my XLR interface. Stop. Look at this fucking ham. He's directly in front of the screen. I don't know. Like, we could go 3 o'clock. No, stop chewing on that. Look, you can chill. You know not to chew on that. What if it's 3? No, it doesn't do anything. I don't know. No. Can't chew on that. Now, I don't know. There's always this, like, thing at the top. Like, I don't know if that fucking means anything. Over there. Huh. This way. But I feel like I did get in that ship and I didn't quite extract all the information out of this thing here. Check if it makes a clunking noise. Yeah. Hey! Would you quit it? Like, when I was in here before, it, like, was really obvious when you get in here that it's like, oh, 59 volts. Yeah, like, you know, that makes sense, right? But I don't know what the deal is with these other things, like this book, you know, and this key. And it's something to do with spinning this thing, maybe. But is this free roaming? Oh, you've never seen the new one. You've played the old Myst? The old Myst? The old one where you click the image? Yeah, it's remastered. It's remastered and reimagined. So I don't know, like maybe, I don't know if I spin this thing. See, like this thing is attached to this thing that spins. So I feel like I need to spin. Okay, Mosley, you're really causing an issue. This fucking little ham, dude. I can't actually move the camera because for some reason the cord is stuck on something, and I'm gonna blame Mosley. His fucking fault. What was the cord stuck on? Hold on. This fucking cat, dude. He just lives for chaos. He lives for chaos. Okay, so my idea in theory is that, like, hey, maybe if we swing this around. Hey, wait, can I, like, so this is attached to this thing. Can I swing this around till it hits this? What's this direction? Don't touch the XLR interface, Mosey. Please, God. That's the one thing. Okay, so right now it's pointed at ship. And I need it to point at, like, almost the other complete fucking direction. Stop. I don't want more audio issue, Mosley. Please, it's the only thing. Okay, so what is like in the exact opposite direction of ship? It's like that gear. It's like that gear thing. I don't know if I have to point it. Yeah, we were fucking around with this thing. It's like this in this way. I don't know if we have to like turn those things back on to get this to work, but it didn't seem to have to do that for the ship. Okay, let's see if what that did. Because I kind of pointed the thing in the exact opposite direction. Towards that like gear thing. Maybe I have to go, like, fucking flick that switch. I don't know, but... Mosley! No XLR interface. I'm gonna kick you off the desk. You naughty boy. Oh, shit. Okay, no, I get it now. Okay, so... It's like when you point it at a thing, it like gives you a piece of information that's related to the thing. Okay. I get it. I'm gonna go turn those things on so we can see them anyway. Mosey, you're being a ham. No. That's the one thing. Okay, you're gonna have to move. That's not an acceptable location for you. Because you're causing problems. We don't need any more sound problems. Are the actors in the cutscenes the same, or have those been updated? I don't know if they've been updated or not. Because I'm going to be honest, never played the original game. But for your sake, I can show you this guy down here, and you can kind of tell me maybe if that looks the same or not. No, Mosley. You're being a bugger. Holy frig. You gotta chill. Chill game. No chew. Was I supposed to put it on him? 8. Mosley. Holy freak. You're one step away from getting kicked down. You're not really behaving. Alright, you can go on your own accord then. That works too. Little shit.
Catherine, my love.
Does that look the same or not? I have no idea. But that's like what you get.
Both my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar. But I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well.
Is this not one of those games that had like that like real people spliced into the game kind of animation? It was real people. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's turn some stuff on. Half of it's turned off because I was trying to figure out like what the fuck was going on with it before, but Draco13, thanks for sharing the live, man. I appreciate it. I think most of these are randomly on. Thank you for that. I'm not sure what that is. That one, whatever it is. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're still missing some things on. So if I point at this thing, let him cook. Yeah. You know what a galaxy is? Well, I know what a galaxy is in definitive terms. Depends what you're asking. What about TikTok Gift Galaxy? I have no idea what that is, though. Have you streamed it before? Yeah. I stream like 6 out of 7 days out of the week. Galaxy Hops? Oh, that's one. Galaxy Hops. I'm assuming that's a galaxy. I don't know what that means though. I know that they're monetary gifts, but I don't know what they mean. Thank you though. I appreciate it. So this thing says 240. You deserve it anyways. I appreciate it. Thank you. Lots of people will come in and drop random gifts, and I like don't know what they are, but most of the time they don't amount to very much. So I'm like, okay, you know, that's cool. Any little bit helps though. 240, 221. What does that mean in relation to that gear? Do you think 240 has something to do with that clock? I could point the thing at the clock, but I don't know if that's going to do anything. Let's try pointing it at... TikTok gives about 30% to the creators. Oh, that's that big of a cut? Ooh, that's unfortunate. But ultimately, like, I'm not, you know... Anything helps, but I'm not like, you know, your presence here is more valuable to me. That's what's most valuable. Thank you. Thanks for sharing again. So say I point this at this thing. You think it'll give me any information? Well, it's not turning red though, right? I think it has to turn red to give me some information. I'm not sure. So let's try this tree. Maybe it'll tell me something about what I'm supposed to do in this cabin. What's up? Oh, if you don't know, we're playing Myst. If you've never played this is a puzzle game from the 90s that's been remastered. Okay, so what does this tell me? 724 to do with that tree. Okay, so let's take this information, 724, and let's go down to that tree and see if, I don't know, if we can do something with it. Alright, we'll open this up. You guys are so nice, thank you. I appreciate that. TikTok's a crazy place. Sometimes that chat is dead, and then sometimes that chat is slamming, and it's slamming today. Thank you. Maybe it's just this. Maybe it's just 724. Am I... Unless I'm bad at remembering things. Oh, the mouse is not happy with this dial. Does this make sense? It does. Ignite. Okay. Get her going. Oh, do we have to increase the pressure? I think I lowered the pressure before because I wasn't sure what was going on with this thing. Let's just pump it up. Pump, pump, pump it up. What's happening? The tree's getting bigger. Oh! Would you look at that? Oh shit, no, stop, stop, fuck, stop. No, I need that. What? Hold up. Wait. I want to, is it going to go down now? Okay. Maybe here. Equilibrium? Oh, it's still going down. Okay, I mean, it seems fine. Now what? Uh-oh. Am I stuck? Hmm. Okay. Okay, so the tree moves. You have Discord, brother? Do I have Discord? Oh yeah, I do have. I do have a thing. I think it's in. I think it should be in my TikTok profile page, but I can post it too. Yeah, it is in my TikTok profile page, but there is that as well. So this ignites the thing. What do we do? What do we do once we get in? There's a button, but nothing happens. Do you think we need to have it go all the way up and then all the way down? Like, what if we go spin it all the way up, and then we spin it all the way down after that, and then, like, we run out here and catch it, and then since it's going down as we walk into it, it'll go all the way into the pit, and maybe it'll be a door. Does that make sense? That's what we're going to try anyway, and see how that works for us. Okay, is this at the maximum? It would seem. Okay, so let's go the other way. Okay, so this is at the bottom. Let's try to just run out there real quick. Oh, too fast. So maybe not quite that fast, but we want to move it, have it moving at a clip that's reasonable. Do we have here? Community bottle votes are all over the place? Yeah, a little bit. That's good though. We like that. Participation is good. Okay, so a brave new world, a brave new forest world. Do I still have that map? I don't. Shit. I had the map from the book, but I can't. What's this now? That does something. Oh, this is... Wait, is this... I don't remember if there's a map in the other world that's got in a book that is of this place. I'd have to go dig it up out of my bod. So this has something to do with something. I'm assuming whatever this is in this pipe. Okay. So this goes in the water. But I'm assuming it dumps into the water. I don't think it would suck up water, but maybe it sucks up water. What does this one do? Or where does it go? Okay, this is a pump. At least I would think. Okay. So this is where we came from. Let's figure out what this does, what it's for. Okay, we have a lift. Does this easily just work or no? Okay, so we have to get this to work. I'm assuming by pumping at things. But let's go this way and see what's over here. Looks like if we get to the other side... Anything here? No. What's here? Not much for interactable items. Okay. Although in the green book that we were reading, this is like the tree huts that they were talking about, and I think these creatures like worshipped humans like gods or something. Although it's kind of interesting that there's no presence of them in terms of a lore standpoint. I feel like if I had kept that map from that green book, this would have been easier. I just, it wasn't relevant at the time, so I didn't like grab it, but it's relevant right now, I feel like. Because I don't really know where I'm going. I do know we're trying to look for another elevator so we can go down and extend the water pipe. But, I've kind of lost track of where we are in relation to that. A map would have helped. Oh, I think there it is right there. At least this is something. I'm assuming this is not the one I came up from. There's also a stairway. Okay, this one doesn't work. But there is a stairway. One could go up or down through this stairway, I suppose. Okay, so that one doesn't work. And the stairway seems obstructed. Feels like this door has to swing open or something like that. Let's look at the pulleys. Okay, so those pulleys go over there. I'm gonna follow the pulleys and see if we can figure this out. Looking at that hut right there, because that's the one that I know for sure the pulleys are associated with. This one. Okay, so the pulley goes right here. And then what? Oh, here we go. That didn't do anything, but there is something here to do with the pulley. It seems not powered, maybe. I don't know. Does the pulley go anywhere else? Seems like not. I wonder if this needs like water to it or something like that for this to work. Oh no, it's working. I'm just not paying attention. Door's open. Okay. I think that's the one I came in from. But there is also another like elevator that's on the ground that I saw. But we're gonna go down the stairs and see what progress we can make after that. Alright, let's go. Whee! Okay, so again, this thing wants water pipe, probably to power elevator. Oh, actually, this elevator goes up to an even higher level, I just noticed. Oh shit, this is right here. Okay. So I would just have to divert water this way. So before I couldn't come in here because this door was closed, but now it's open. So we don't need the other elevator anymore. So that other elevator doesn't work, but this elevator works now. And it'll take us higher. Although I'm sure there's still something to do with that pipe that's on the ground that goes to like a different elevator, but maybe we'll just see that eventually. I don't know. Okay, here we are.
Kau cikal juntai kuah dua joho.
Absolutely right on. So that's one of the sons. I can't remember if which son is the one that's I think both of the sons spent lots of time on this world based off the book. But I don't really know what happened. I know like there was some struggles or something, but I can't remember. What the fuck? Interesting. What is this for? It likes to, it's like it wants me to feed it something. I don't really know, but interesting.
Kau cikal juntai kuah dua joho.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a hint of some kind. I sure hope not. I can't remember what that guy's saying. Okay, here's a blue page. So we still need the red page. It looks like maybe people were El Torturoed in here. That seems lovely. What do we got here?
Kau cikal juntai kuah dua joho.
So that's the message. It's the message that plays in the other room.
Nakito pa natot kau. Paso básico yo no bawa. That's an milsharu.
Okay.
Kuachao tisawati hosiras nakochunao.
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear brother. What a very interesting device you have here. I'm not erasing anything important, am I? Remember, he is preparing. Take only one page, my dear brother.
He is preparing. Take only one page. We should have kept the shitty real life actors for this. I agree. The like new CGI guys are not great. I would have liked the random poorly spliced in people instead. That would have been better. What does this have to do with anything?
I hope I pushed the right.
Let's go back to that like crunchy book thing.
What a very interesting.
Because I feel like maybe the message that's clicked on there is the message that.
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear brother. What a very interesting device you have here. I'm not erasing anything important, am I?
I don't know what this is going to do though.
Remember,
Like
he is
it changes the recording, but
only one page, my dear brother.
it didn't like do anything for the purpose of this thing. This isn't like doing anything different as far as I can tell. Let's see if any of these do anything different. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something here. I feel like something here, I'm like clicking these things, I feel like it does more than nothing, but I'm not seeing what it does, at least not right now. It does kind of seem like this door shuts. So you like open this one because this door shuts behind you, but I don't know what that means really. Is there another way to go? Is this it? Up here? This is it up here, eh? Okay. I guess I kinda... Oh, no, there's another way to go. I feel like there's something's going on back there and I can't tell what it is. Oh, this guy's having the good stuff. Look at that. He's got some bottles of, God knows what that is. It's kind of weird that I can interact with this drawer and see this knife, but not take it or do anything. Okay, red page. I guess I found the other page. What's this say? Something vault access. Island of Myst. Something in a very plain view. Something Myst and access can be easily if followed. First locate something switches on the island. If these switches go to the dock and the marker switch off position. Okay, so let's just take a grab of this. I'm not sure right at the get-go what this is about, but something about go to the dock, marker switch off position. Okay. What am I clicking on here? My hand changes to activate. Oh, close the door. Okay. Interesting. So we got the 2 pages up there and some kind of weird information, but we need to find a way to get out still. And it really would have helped if I had the map. What?
I'm using ChatGPT for work.
You're using ChatGPT for work?
For actual work, not jokes.
I don't believe you.
It was helpful, too.
It was helpful, wow. Okay, I'm looking at the ground because I want to see where that elevator is that connects to this pipe that does some kind of thing down here. It's like, is it this? There's the elevator. How the fuck would one get over there? I kind of thought I had to go down this elevator to connect to the pipe. But maybe that's not the case. See, there's a dead end. I kind of want to go into last week's play and get the map that maybe I'm supposed to have. Okay, so this is where the pipe reaches a dead end, and there's like a thing here where you can looks like you can crank it and extend the pipe so the water can get through. But how do I get over there to crank that? And my logical explanation was, okay, I got to take the elevator. But the elevator goes to here, which is the middle of nowhere, which is feel like maybe where I actually need to go, like, ultimately not to get the crank going. But how do I get down there? So this is a dead end. This is a dead end. And the only other way is this way. And that goes to this thing, which looks like a dead end. But there is like another thing down there. Okay, hold on. I think there's something down there to do with the pipes. Okay, we have to go. We can't go through this elevator. This elevator's not powered anymore. We have to go back to the elevator by the stairway. There's like another like thing that like if you pump water to, it like does something. But it looked like it was just in the middle of nowhere. So maybe if I pump water to that, it like extends the bridge or something, some kind of thing like that. So let's go down stairs. And who knows if there's something to do with that. Like, I don't know what that chompy box thing is with the, like, animation. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Okay, so let's get the water going this way. And it's gonna go in this way. And then there's this thing over here. Oh yeah, I bet you it does like extend a bridge or something when I hit this now. Yeah. Makes perfect sense. So now when we go over here, there's like something that there's like a little crank that looks like it extends a pipe across the way so I can get the water over to this elevator. So now we got to go back and redirect the water through here, and that can power the elevator, and then we can go up and see what the fuck's going on up there. And I don't actually know if that's gonna be the exit or just give me some other kind of information. I get the feeling that that like chompy box thing has something to do with something. It feels like it. That and that like console where you can change the animation. Like you would think that that was there for a reason, but guess we'll find out. Alright, that's going through now. Now we just have to try the elevator. This is the way back. Huh. I wonder what that console with that chompy box has to do with anything. The map was in here. Yeah, I guess that, I mean, this would have been slightly helpful, but I kind of got this figured out anyway. But, yeah, okay. So we got another one of these pages.
You've returned. Thank you for bringing the red page. You must continue to help me. My name is Cirrus. Release me. I beg you to find your name. You must release me, for release me from this book, which has become. Bring me the red page. I need more red pages, please.
This guy seems like a bit sus, you know?
Don't waste time. Look. Don't. My brother. My brother is killed. I wrongfully imprisoned. Bring the red page to me. You've returned. I thought you wouldn't return. Please, to rescue me. I'm Akana. Don't be my brother. I beg you. Be complete. Don't. Always blue pages. Listen to him. Listen to my brother. Egotistical fool and a liar. Help me. Bring me the blue pages. Ignore the red ones. Don't bring the red ones. Earnestly implore you.
Am I supposed to be making a choice?
Prison. You must believe me. We'll have my retribution. Please bring me the blue page.
The blue page guy seems batshit. And the red page guy seems like obviously like evil. Like he seems like one of those guys. It's like, I'm going to try to be your friend, but I'm obviously a fucked up. And this guy seems like he's just actually crazy. Like he's been like, his brain's gone. He's gone unhinged. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, man. I just go into the world and get some pages, you know. I guess maybe I shouldn't feed them in there, but I kind of felt like maybe if I fed pages in there, I could like get more of the message out of the little box. But I'm not sure. Okay, so where are we at now? Feed the box. Okay, so we did spaceship, great. We did tree. But now what is the question? We can go back to our little clue machine here. Let me turn the ship back. I don't know what putting these markers on or off really does. other than put them on that little map. It seems like turning them on and off didn't really do anything. Then again, I have this little piece of paper that says vault access. First locate switches on the island. Oh shit, I know this game. I will proceed to SDFU. Actually, have you played the original? And just realizing it now that it's this game. Maybe it was 1, not 2. Well, it's the same game. It looks the same. So there's Myst from 1999 or whatever year, 1993 or whatever year. And then there's this game, which is also Myst, but this game is like you move around in 3D, and the other Myst was like you saw a picture, and then you said, go this way, and it showed you a different picture. And then you said, go this way, and it showed you another picture. It wasn't like 3D fluid. But it's the same game, with the same puzzles for the most part. There is a way in this version of the game though, when I created the save, there was a thing that I could check off that said like randomize the puzzle answers or something like that. But it said if you've never played the game, just press classic. So there was a way, I think, to like randomize the answers if you've never played the game before, or if you have played the game before, so that you wouldn't know if you like memorized the answers, I suppose. But this is the classic answers. So we don't know exactly what's going on with this thing. Somebody's dead anyway. Rock, yeah. Switch vault access. Located in very plain view. Access can be easily, if simply followed. First locate switches on the island. If these switches, to go, then go to the dock and put the marker switch on the off position. I don't know what that's only half the message, so I don't know what that means, but we will go back and try to get another hint out of this thing, though. Out of the hint machine. Okay, so what if we point it at the ship? What does it tell me? It gives me some dates to use. These dates, I'm sure, are supposed to be used with the observatory. So even though I'm pointing it at the ship, I'm kind of getting like an observatory answer, but... they are kind of like in the same path. So it's given me 3 dates to probably put in the observatory. And then if we cross-reference the constellations that the observatory shows me on these dates with which constellations they are, I can maybe just turn the dials on these constellation little fucking meter things. I don't know, like in the same order, or have ones on and off or something like that. So let's try. The first one is 10:04. Wait, does this... This doesn't have an AM PM. I bet you have to use 24-hour time. 1984. The 11th. WTF happened? What? October. Okay, so we see 3 dots and some other things. So let's go back to our little paint project here. Pictures from last time. Oh wait, I didn't put them in here. I put them in the notepad in here. That's what I did. The notebook. Okay, so this is the leaf. This constellation. So we know the first one is the leaf. Okay, there's the leaf. Let's turn these other things off.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Was there? It's not a rocket launcher. It's an observatory. Okay, so the leaf is turned on. I don't know what that may or may not do, but we know the first date for the clue for whatever this is the leaf. Next, we're going to go for January 17th, 12:07 at 5:46 a.m.
I forgot to turn the slow cooker, so I'm doing it now and I apologize in advance.
Okay. See, it's not a rocket, it's an observatory, brother. Okay, so let's go for January 17, 12:07, and at 5:46. Okay, so that looks like what? Is that the snake? One, two, 3 dots and a little bit of a triangle. It kind of looks like the snake, doesn't it? 2 and 2. Yeah, okay, so this is the snake. Snake. And we got one more. Which I think will be deceptive if you don't realize it says PM on it. Because it says 6:57 PM, but that's actually That's actually 18. And not 6. 9791. Boom. 23rd. Boom. November. So we got 3 dots in this shape and then some small ones. So in our notebook, that be. Kind of looks like the bug. Yeah, the bug. So, I don't know what this is gonna do. Okay, I raised the sunken ship. Oh, I raised this ship, too. Look at that. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I pointed it at the ship, and it was to do with the constellations in there, but... Okay, so... What we got going on in here? Of course. Another world. Another world to explore. Alright, this is the world where, what, baby girl? This is the world where, like, what was it? Like, the guy was learning how to make a world or something, and he tried to make a boat, but the boat got fused with the rock, but, like, the world had like 2 little kids and they just liked playing with the boat anyways, even though it was fused with the rock. Very strange story. Okay. Let's see what's happening in here. Is that a key? I have a key in my hand, it would seem. More, it feels like I have a key on my head, but... interesting. Can't go up. There's a keyhole.
Just because it comes in a can doesn't mean it's for you.
But it won't reach. It doesn't seem to want to reach. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe we'll just come back to that in a minute. And okay, so nothing to be done here. What's over here now? I turned something on. It did something. I could hear it. And then it turned off. Okay, what do we have here? I'm not intending to move this, it's kind of moving on its own. Oh, I see. Okay, so there's some headings here. Being said, okay, so there's 360 headings here, but I'm not sure what they have to do with anything yet. Let's go down here and see what's going on. Again, underwater, okay. So we got underwater. We got underwater place with a key for this lock, but we can't quite put it in there. We have some kind of thing that looks like a toilet that's in the water. That looks like it does something. We also have these kind of ropes attached to this lighthouse. They're attached to bells on these, or circuits or whatever on these doors. Looks like power goes through there or something. And the only other thing we have is this thing, which I can kind of like put in different modes. And I hear something happen, but I can't tell if anything is happening. Okay, water's been pumped out of this. Okay. So it's some kind of water pump or something.
Just because it's in a can doesn't mean it's for you.
Ooh, lavish. Here's a red page. Sure what this means. What else do we have? Strange globes. A very tacky bed. Nothing to work with here. As far as I can tell. What the fuck is going on here? These guys are partying hard, I think. I don't really know what's going on here, but it doesn't look like it's you know, on the up and up, you know. That looks like some straight fucking hard drugs. Not sure what to think of that, but they might have been partying hard in this fucking room. Trying to see if there's just any kind of insight before I go pump out a different place. It's also kind of wild when you think about it, like... If someone turned the water back on, you would be stuck in this room. No way out. You'd be fucked. Did that close? Yeah. Hey, you. Your mother not give you nothing? She not give you something good? Yeah, she's making something that smells good, doesn't it? She didn't give you any? She didn't give you any of that?
She just wants whatever comes out of a can.
Yeah, she wants anything that comes out of a can. Did you not get anything? Okay, so there's something to do with the power, though, right? Let's change this switch. Alright, so here's another room. Ow. What was that? I was outside, Adriana. Doesn't do anything. Okay. Okay, so this thing seems like it's maybe unpowered and needs power or something. For this to like do something. Although the power doesn't really go to the ship per se, but I guess maybe this thing counts? I don't know. Anyway, we didn't really get anything out of that little room. What got pumped? Was it this? Oh, there's stairs. Oh, maybe the key is to this chest. It's not to... Oh, now it's empty. It's empty. So we close it. It's full of air, and it'll float. Okay, so we use the key on this box. And this box has another key. For this thing. Bit of a meme. Alright, we'll go up here. And now what? Okay, so power is going. Is it timed? Let's just wait here for a minute. I want to see if this like goes down. Oh, it is timed. Okay. So we crank it up to full, but there's a timed component here. So I want to see first what this does in the ship. Okay, so that still doesn't do anything. I guess the power does go to these like 2 other places, which maybe should have made it obvious that the ship wasn't getting powered, but I thought maybe they just powers everything or whatever, I don't know. Okay, let's try this one. There's something to do with the headings in that compass up there too, though. I don't know what that is, but... Or that, not compass, that telescope. Oh shit, there's other rooms. Fuck. Okay. What the fuck did that do? It's upset. Okay, there's something to do with that, with the directions. Okay. So the puzzle is something to do with pressing the right heading on that circular table. And we gotta go in here to try it every time. So what if we tried, say, the heading of the lighthouse, which is like 135. And just see if that does anything. I can't tell if I lost power because I pressed the wrong answer, or if it was just I was just out of time. I'm actually not sure. Okay, so if this is 0, and then this is what, 180? Wait, are these each 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, see, that being a half coordinate can't be right, I don't think. Because this would be 60, 50, 40, and 30. It would be like between these two. solved the compass puzzle. I did? Okay. I guess we just did it on the first try. I mean, that, you know, that happens. I was thinking, well, the heading is 135. Not 130, so I tried 130 and it was the right answer, apparently. I don't know. It's kind of slightly unsatisfying because it doesn't feel like it lined up correctly. Okay. What did that do, though? Seemed to have, like, turned these lights on. But maybe it was already like that after I turned the power on. I'm not sure. But maybe I seen that those lights, all those like undersea lights kind of turned on when I completed that. So maybe that'll help me. Oh, this is not deteriorating. Maybe the power's just on now. Maybe that's what that did. Maybe the power's stuck on now. Maybe like it's a generator or something. I don't know. But I want to see now. Maybe the inside of the ship is doing something because of those undersea lights. Maybe there's things going in going on in that ship. Oh, this is the way home. I think I only got one page, though. Like, I think... Is there maybe more here? I feel like... I feel like that can't be it. Because I found one page in here, but I didn't find the other page, and I don't... Usually there's two pages, right? Like there was one page on this desk. I don't know what this thing means. Is that it? Oh, this was never empty before. Hold on. Oh, I see. This goes... Okay, so there's another room in here. Probably the other brother's room. Maybe. No page in here, though. Oh, there probably is. Probably in here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's the other side of the paper. So the whole message reads, marker switch vault access. The vault is located in very plain view on the island of Myst, and access can be achieved very easily if the simple instructions are followed. First, locate each marker switch on the island. Turn every one of these switches to the on position, then go to the dock as a final step and turn the marker switch there to the off position. I think I did that though. Maybe I missed one or something. Oh, that's right. There's a switch across the water at that clock tower, and I still haven't figured out how to get over there. That's the switch that's missing. Okay. What's this? Some kind of red flower hologram. I mean, it's pretty clear these are the same, like, masks and shit from the, like, other world, but I don't really know, like, what any of this means, really. I don't know if these maps are of any use or just vanity. Okay, well, we know how to get back. We got both the pages. That tends to be how these worlds work. And we got some kind of meta information with the thing about the markers, but I still don't know how to get to I don't know how to get to... Oops. I don't know how to get the clock island. And the other thing I don't know is... I don't know what's going on with the brown book puzzle. I don't feel like I've gotten anything to do with that. Or if I have, I missed it. So, I've been to Stone Ship, I've been to Selenetica, Age of Mist, I've been to the Channel Wood. What's left is this brown book puzzle and this mechanical thing. It seems like there's some stairs that you can get to do something to do with this mechanical thing, and maybe this is the vault that talks about where there's stairs. Like, this has to be off, and the rest have to be on. And like maybe stairs up here or this or something. But Not too sure how to get over to this, this thing. Oh, there's a gear underneath this. Oh, hold on. Wait, is this 240? Okay. See, I had that hint from the gear, and I didn't realize this and the gear, this clock tower and the gear were related until like kind of like right now. I think that'll do the thing. But what does this stuff do? 221, I think, was the... How do I get this to move? Oh, I see. So the puzzle is this resets it, I think. And this, the right one moves the bottom two, and this one moves the top two. I need to say 221. So... need the top two to line up. Hold on. Yeah, how do I get this to say 221? Because right now the top are linked, but if I spin the bottom, then they get unlinked. Okay, so I need to get it so... the 2 is on top of the 1. Wait, is there only so many moves you can make? Are they gonna reset it? Okay, there's a limited number of moves too. How do you... I need that... I either need the 2 and the 1. I need the 2 and the 1 on top. So... Okay, I don't have enough room now. That too complex? It's not too bad. The limited number of moves was kind of a little bit of the brain burner. Because we got to move the 1 into place. But then, like, the top 2 are disconnected. So the only way to get the 2 2s on top of each other would be to put the 2 ahead. Like... But this still doesn't work. It feels like you gotta spin one disc all the way around. But this is the same. Like if I put this here... Still fucked up. Why am I so bad at this? I feel like this is not supposed to take this long. But I'm miserable at this. It feels like the middle gear has got to go all the way around to the 2 again. That's like how it works. I did it like backwards. I managed to do it backwards. fucked this up. Why is this not... Why my brain not... Should be not that hard. My brain not working good. Like I need 2 top movements and 1 bottom movement. And that should spin the whole middle gear around. But there isn't actually an extra movement in there.
Slanjava.
Whoa, Slanjava. El Cap, how's it going? See, now the 1's fucked up. Oh, why am I so dumb? See, I made it over there. It's 1 off. I made it in that column over there. I'm doing okay. Failing at probably what should be an otherwise basic puzzle, but really, this isn't even problem solving. This is just me being an idiot. Now I'm out of tries. It's like I need to reverse engineer how it works, and my brain just doesn't want to do that. It's very upset. Puzzles are ass. I'm okay with like the kinds of puzzles that are like, here's some clues, find the answer with logic. But this puzzle is not that. It's just annoying. Wait, what? You can hold it down? Wait. Oh, I didn't know you were allowed to do that. I was missing a crucial piece of information, it would seem. Nothing, nowhere told you you were allowed to do that. Because then can't you just go like... that? God damn it. See, I didn't even look up a solution. I kind of just was like, how do you do this? And I was like wondering if it was like, maybe I should just go cheat and get this over with. And then like the first line I read is, you can either pull one lever or hold the lever down. I'm like, what do you mean you can hold the lever down? Nobody told me that. Okay. feel like we could have used some extra knowledge on how that works. Yeah, I don't know about the vault thing. I don't know what. If this is the vault or not, but... Oh, here's to do with the mechanical one. Is this a world? If this is a world, we're gonna do this next week. Yeah. Here we are in Gearland. Alright. We'll save the game. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Pretty good. So now... So now... Here we are, back on desk view. It's time for our live review here. Here we are again. Another Monday, another live review. Yeah, a little sip of something. Something rather. Okay, so... Oh, shit, I think I gotta remember to do something else. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's put that in my fucking posts. Let's delete that. I did that. I accomplished a thing. I got to remove it from my list of things to do. We like that. Dang, that's the wrong. Hi, TikTok. Let's take a look at this here. This will give me the information I need. The information I need. Great. Okay. And then boom, we will summon the wheel. Let's see if the wheel will show us an unreviewed whiskey. Come, wheel, show us an unreviewed whiskey. Or rum, or other related products. Irish Infinity Bottle. We're not going to review that. Good job, Wheel. I did not review that. That is true. Should I review the Irish Infinity? No, let's not. I already did that one. Oh, I gotta, wait, we did, wait. I totally forgot all about that Infinity Scotch that I made. I totally forgot all about it. We've never tried that. When did we make that Infinity Scotch? I forgot all about this thing. We might be trying this tomorrow. I think we're trying this tomorrow. Yeah, I forgot all about this thing. Was this the one you overfilled? Yeah, I overfilled it a little bit. But it's been marrying, I suppose, since whenever we made this. I can't remember. It must have been at least a month ago. Sometime in April, yeah. Maybe not a month ago then. Maybe it's been a few weeks. Yeah, we gotta try this. Probably, well, I'm supposed to do Infinity stuff on Thursdays. We'll just keep it in mind for Thursday. I think I didn't put that on the wheel. I just remembered that I had that. That existed. Let's go again. Come on. There's at least 60 bottles of alcohol on this wheel that haven't been reviewed. I mean, that's one of them. Shit, I haven't had any of that in a while. I haven't had any much of that period, but that's a nice one. That's nice. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think I've seen the 12-year at Costco. Oh, it's 13. Yeah, if you can get this one, the 13, this is really good. It's really cheap. I reviewed it before. I think I scored it 60 or something like that. I can't remember. Let's see what I scored it. It's really good. Like, despite the fact that I'm going to tell you, I think I scored it 60. No, I scored it 68. Actually, 68. That's even better. That backs my story up a little bit. Yeah, I scored it 68, and the price in my market is really good for this bottle. This is really fantastic, this particular whiskey. That being said, it's a little bit challenging. And when I say a little bit challenging, I mean like you're not going to go into it and necessarily get like all the nice, pretty flavors. There are some weird notes in it, but that's what makes it interesting. It's oily, it's thick and oily and viscous. It's got a lot of sulfury kind of notes into it, so it's kind of got like some candy floss, freshly lit matchstick, kind of like windshield washy fluid, like kind of things. I still have very beginner palates. You think I should wait? Yeah, like I don't think you would necessarily dislike it. It's still like a great value and a good whiskey, but it's one of those ones where you come to it and like I don't know how much someone who hasn't had like a lot of like regular bourbon barrel releases would appreciate how weird, funky, and interesting it is. And in that respect too, it's also not necessarily for everybody, right? You could definitely be in a world where like, hey, you want those sweet and fruity flavors and you don't really want like sulfur flavors in your drink, right? I could see that world. But this is a great value. It's a great whiskey and you should try it eventually. Absolutely try this eventually. But it's maybe not like the best choice for like say your first 10 bottles, but once you've done like your first 10 bottles, you should try this. It's so good. Delicious. and weird and interesting, and there's no other distillery like this. It's a whole brand new world. You're doing a bottle shopping for me close to the points. Nice. Yeah, we can absolutely do that. But yeah, we'll get into it in a minute when we talk about the 17. But basically, like, the malt that gets used in Craigellachie, no other distillery uses the same barley. That's one of the things that's interesting about it. It's completely unique in that way. But great price, great bottle. I'm not sure if I'm going to rate the 17 higher or lower. I kind of put the number 68 in my head now, but I usually don't think about it when I'm rating. Yeah, I might rate it higher or lower. I'm not sure, but the fact that I don't even know if I'm going to rate the 17 higher than the 13 gives you some idea. Because when we opened the 17 and I tried it, my honest opinion was like, older and more complex whiskey, but has less of the things that I like about Craigellachie in it, because it's older and it's got more barrel impact going on, and the distillate is my favorite part. This is the best expression of its raw, weird, and funky distillate, which you don't get out of this one. And this one's like 3 times the price at regular price, right? Buy 3 of these, don't buy that. That would be like my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. It's been a while since I drank anything out of the 17, and the 17 is like, it's basically, I think I poured the neck pour and that's it. I don't know if I ever poured this ever again, so. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Oh, I'm set. I'm set for this. Set for this fucking bottle. I just mentally realized that my review sheet could be a lot smaller. I just have it big for no reason. Smart. Where's the notes? Get the notes. Where are the notes? What the fuck? Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. Derp. I was looking through review notes. And of course I don't have review notes on this. I never reviewed it. There it is. Alright. Hopefully Mike's been good. I'm trying to keep my eye on that little fucking mixer slider to see if it fucks up. Hopefully there's no warping today. The stream I did on the weekend, there was all kinds of warping. I watched the broadcast and I was so pissed at how much warping there was. So hopefully there's been no warping today, no voice warping, and absolutely no fucking crackling and fucking bullshit like that. Yeah, the mic's cool. It's not the mic, it's a fucking filter, man. It's a fucking filter. The filter's shit. Except for that one thing that happened like at the very start of the stream where it blasted everybody's ears for some reason. I don't know why that happened, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the VOD sounds like for that blast that everyone got at 2 minutes into the stream. I have no idea what that was about. Okay, let's hit it. All right, today live review. So intense, man, put me back to sleep. Craig Ellicky, 17-year-old, Speyside, single malt Scotch whiskey. This is a Bacardi product. This is a distillery that frequently gets used for Dewar's. So if you were a Dewar's enjoyer, you have been enjoying this in some blends. But this is the single malt Craig Ellicky, 17-year-old, 46% alcohol, 92 proof. It is, of course, non-chill filtered and of natural color. And they have some very interesting practices here at Craig Ellicky. It's very oily. It's very much on the sulfury side. They have worm tubs as part of their distillation process and not shell and tube condensers. So we're using worm tubs here. But also, they use a very special, their barley is sourced in a very special way. It comes from the Glensk malting, where they have their own special kiln at the Glensk malting, where instead of using steam to halt the malting process, or peat, I suppose, if we're talking about a peated whiskey, they use an oil fire for this one specific kiln at Glensk that is specifically for Craig Ellicky's malts. They use an oil fire. So it is kind of like effectively like sulfur smoked, oil smoked malt. Nobody else uses an oil fire other than the malts that are supplied for Craig Ellicky. Nobody else uses malts from that one kiln. It is all Craig Ellicky's malts. They're oil fired, oil smoked, if you will. I have written here that they mostly use Concerto malts, but there is all kinds of malts that they use. I've heard them using all kinds of different, probably whatever is cheapest at the time. I've heard them using Sassy and all kinds of different barley varieties. So it's not necessarily Concerto, but Concerto is what I have written here. 55 to 65 hour fermentation. And of course, this is 17 years in first fill. Just bear with me as we talk about the casking. It's very complicated. 17-year-old, first fill, refill, rechar ex-bourbon, and first fill and refill ex-sherry. So they have primary maturation in all of those different stages, if you will, of a bourbon or sherry cask. And then finished 6 months in first fill, ex-bourbon and ex-sherry. So the Craig Ellicky stuff is like kind of like in whatever casking, and then they refinish it in a first fill bourbon, ex-bourbon and ex-sherry barrel at the end, 6 months, and then reblend it back together to get this one. And I think that's very similar to the 13-year-old's process, but the 17, I think, has more sherry hit to it. More, it's more on the distribution of the blend is more on the sherry barrels, so it's going to be a little bit more sherried in that way, but kind of a mildly complex aging process. It's not just throw it in a bourbon barrel and here we are. We're using all kinds of different stages of the bourbon barrel and the sherry cask. And again, I'm not 100% sure if it's a sherry butt or like sherry hogshead reconfigured or whatever, but I'm assuming it's a sherry butt. So again, we'll be rating this out of 100. 25 for aroma, 25 for palate, 25 for finish, 10 for texture, and 15 for my personal experience. And again, this is natural color for 17 years of age, but the barreling process is mildly complicated, so it's not like, oh, this is 17 years sherry butt color. This is a mix of, again, first fill, refill, rechar, ex-bourbon, and first fill and refill ex-sherry. So there's all kinds of, and who knows, again, who knows what percentage of it is refill or first fill or rechar. It probably is somewhat blended to taste, I imagine. They kind of just vat a whole bunch of shit and make sure it tastes right. The master blender, whom I don't know off the top of my head, that's probably what happens. So long as it tastes. So a natural color, we have no idea really how we got here, but this is what it looks like. And again, not a bad price for this overall. Especially in my market, it's been on deep discount for quite a while. So it's been pretty easy to acquire. That being said, the regular price of this stuff is still not too cheap. But definitely in Canada, this has been a great value pick, for sure, at least recently. So we're gonna like go in there and we're gonna hope to pick out that pretty typical Craigellachie distillate here. Those kind of sulfury components. And yeah, they're definitely in there again. And this is the thing that I know, and kind of like when we've kind of made some little recommendations that like, hey, maybe like the 13 might be the more interesting of the two bottles. The like unique, funky, sulfury, weird distillate notes are much less loud in this particular one. They're definitely like more prominent in the 13-year-old. That one is way more on the malt characters. But you still get some of that kind of like funky, for me, kind of smells like like windshield wash. The washer fluid for your car. That's what it kind of like smells like. But I also have heard the other people use the word like candy floss to describe this kind of note. But it's kind of like a weird, kind of slightly chemically sort of strange sulfury note. But we also get like some nice pineapple here. And there's also like those like dried fruits reminiscent of like the sherry casking in here as well. So you do get a good mix of that like slightly tropical kind of fruity note, like kind of like pineapple. But it also like again extends deeper down into some of that like kind of raisin and fig realm. A slight maltiness is still present, like just kind of like slightly bready, slightly yeasty, kind of malty note. Pretty good intensity of aromas. It's not like super duper cask strength strong, but we don't struggle at all to find like notes here. Now we're not getting like the sweetnesses right up front, but those come with time. Again, slightly a little bit on that burnt matchstick character, but to me it's like really lower, a lot lower than I might say. It's like kind of way down in there. If the like funky distillate kind of sulfur notes on this are like, say, at 25% strength, then they're like 40 or 50% strength in the 13. That's kind of like the way I would describe it. It's kind of like significantly diminished, but still pretty present. Yeah, there's some like man, kind of like grassy bit here too, which again is kind of like that multi note. But I wasn't getting it so kind of like straw before, which is kind of funky. There's a little bit of that like kind of straw, slightly grassy component. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like sweetgrass. That's kind of like where I'm going. A little bit of sweetness showing up there. We'll get some more in a minute. All right. So, Craigellachie 17-year-old, Speyside, single malt Scotch whiskey on the palate. Slanjava. Hmm. As oily as all get out. My first immediate reaction to the palate is like less about the flavor and more about just like the mouth coating characteristic of this whiskey. It's just it completely saturates the mouth. There is like a layer of oils almost that kind of just coats everything on the palate. That is definitely like something that's I've never experienced so strongly. You do get like again if you have some of those cask strength, pretty robust whiskeys like Ardbeg Corey Vrecken, there is like a viscosity and a heftiness to the texture of the palate. But even that one doesn't come across nearly as oily as this one. It's kind of like almost less on the like viscosity and more on the just like coating characteristic. Like it's like it completely saturates the whole mouth in kind of a very interesting way. It's not like a thicker liquid so much as it just kind of is, just goes everywhere on the palate. Now, palatally for me is slightly still in that kind of malty kind of realm, which is kind of surprising. More malt to the palate than I would have expected at this age statement right up front. But again, it's mostly malty with some of those sherry notes kind of peeking in there. Let's see if I can get a better assessment here. I was just so focused on the texture, which is interesting, right? Because sometimes you go through whiskeys and the palate provides you such a great flavor, or you're so focused on the flavor that you don't even think about the texture. It's like an afterthought until we get to that part of the scoring. But some of these whiskeys, like this one, like the Ardbeg Corey Vrecken, it's almost like the mouthfeel is so rich, either in one way or another, that that particular component like becomes the star of the show for a minute, regardless of whatever you're tasting. So good points for mouthfeel, absolutely. Okay, some man. So some of the sherry notes are kind of like subsiding a little bit. We're coming in with some of those bourbon flavors. Some of that vanilla, some of that like sweet malt. Like the malt is still kind of like pretty high on the list of aromas for me. We're coming in with some like, again, some of that kind of more sweet, malty. What are these? The barley sugar, I suppose. But like that vanilla from the bourbon barrel is kind of like getting out there. Like more and more on the sweetnesses and less on the raisins. Just S tier texture. That being said, the palette's not impressing me that much from a flavor experience. Getting some of that like maltiness in there, some of that dried fruit, the rich sherry kind of aspects, but I'm missing like, we'll say, much of an orchard fruit presence, much of a sweetness. Definitely hefty on the palate, but it's not like providing a good range of flavors. It's kind of like mostly on the sherry, a little bit of spiciness. Not so much on, like, I'm kind of trying to, where's my like random pineapple kind of thing. It's kind of mostly malty, the sherry, a slight spice character. Finish is getting some good legs out of me, at least right now. Maybe like long minus kind of finish. What is this music? It's not my vibe. Give me a different one. The snow's starting to press me a little bit more. I'm getting some, like, again, that variety is kind of starting to hit a little bit. Where we're kind of like, okay, we'll go. Man, almost some lighter fruits, some almost like sweetness with like some kind of like berry fruit. Still like that malt character, some sweetness. Still some of that kind of like slightly sulfury burnt matchstick kind of character. It's got some variety on the nose. We like that. Shocked no tequila on Cinco de Mayo, all whiskey. Oh, I don't have any tequila. I haven't made that leap yet into tequilas. I've never had a tequila or an agave spirit at all. We'll get there eventually. I do plan to do it, but there's only so much alcohol we can buy. So I kind of haven't breached that barrier yet. But also, that's a holiday that doesn't really get recognized up here in Canada. It's not very common that people celebrate it. So I didn't even know that was today, if it's today. It's not even on my compass. But I'll do better next time. I promise. Maybe next year. Next year I'll have a tequila. I'll have to write that down. Make sure I have a tequila for this day next year. That's wild. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's wild. Dos Equis or Modelo? Maybe a taco. Yeah, I'll go to Taco Bell. That'll satisfy it. You know? There is a place. Actually, there's a place here called Taco Boys. That's like a lot better. But I'm not like a taco person really. I don't really like go for the taco. You know. A better day to break into tequila than Cinco de Mayo. Well, I'll have to remember that for next year. Maybe that'll be the goal. 1 year from now, we'll make sure we have some tequila. I'll have to book that on my calendar so I remember. Yeah, man, there's almost like, again, like sweetgrass or like slightly herbal note to this, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know, I'm getting a little bit of like black pepper. Nose is really good. I gotta admit, nose is really good. Yep. This nose is slapping, dude. It's slapping. All right, let's focus on the palette. Let's see if we can get some more kind of actual notes off the palette. But again, so far it hasn't impressed me. Nose is coming in real good. Palette's coming in. Actually haven't said much about the finish, so let's maybe focus on the finish. We'll give the finish a good concentrated effort here. Start to finish, a little bit spicy. A little bit of that malty notes here. It's like barrel impact. Very low end underlying sweetness and vanilla. Mostly just like, again, slightly malty, slightly woody back of the finish. Still going. Yeah, like long minus. It's like slightly longer, but it's not like the forever finish. So pretty reasonable. The flavors aren't jumping out at me at the finish like I would hope. Like I kind of want a little more robustness, a little bit more intensity to the finish, and I would like a little bit more a little bit more intensity, a little bit more like maybe breadth of flavors to get on the palate. That's kind of like the places where I'm kind of feeling it's kind of like falling a little short. Places it's doing great, aroma's great. And texture is S tier. It's so good. It's at least a 9 out of 10 on texture. Like maybe it's 10. That elusive 10. It's hard to give 10s, man. You're always thinking there's got to be something. There's got to be something better. Surely I can't give it a 10 out of 10 on texture. But I can't ask for much more on the texture, honestly. Like maybe a little bit more viscous. But I can't ask for much more on the texture. Even at 46% alcohol, like this at cask strength must be wild. So I guess that's where my brain goes. It's like, well, can I give this a 10 on texture? Imagine this bottle at cask strength. Wouldn't it be like even more insane? Maybe it's just equally as good. I don't know. It's hard to give a 10 on something. And I don't want to provide half scores. So it's hard to give a texture 10 to something that's not cask strength. I guess that's what we've mentally convinced ourselves of. It's at least a 9. Man, the orchard fruit's peeking in again. I like slightly apple. Yeah, palate's definitely the place where I could pick up points for me. Finish is pretty good, but not insane. Okay, so let's start to give some numbers here. We flirted with it enough at this point. Oh man, that sulfur is still hitting. I'm not nose blind to it yet. All right, so out of our aroma, and a 25. Good selection, strong notes. Hits a little different every time. Probably over 20. But not by a lot. It's like barely meets my qualifier for over 20. But it's not like killing it. So call the aroma 21. All right, now onto the palate. Which again is, man, probably, if I had to guess the weakest point on this whiskey, it's definitely the palate. At least for me. Not including the texture. The texture is good, but the actual palate range and intensity of flavor is not the best. At first, you kind of get some of that maltiness. Then you coast into a little bit of that, like, dried fruit sherry kind of element. A little bit of spice at the end. Intensity is like medium reasonable. Not the best variety. Man. For this particular bottle, my verbiage would be, I'm disappointed in the palate. Not that it's like a bad palate among whiskeys, necessarily, but I expected more out of this bottle, if that makes any sense. My expectations weren't met. Palate's like, frankly, like 15. Scathing review. What did I give the palate of the 13-year-old? I gave the palate of the 13-year-old 16. So I gave this palate worse. Just to be clear. I rated the palate of this one worse. I think it's true. Totally true. All right, and a 25 on the finish. Spice initially. Some maltiness, smokiness. Again, undercurrent, that kind of sweet, slightly vanilla thing is like right in the bottom. And again, malts, spices, oak, linger. Not bad, actually. A redeeming finish. Again, long minus I think is a good L minus. I think it's a good length to talk of. It's definitely longer than a medium finish. I'm at 25. I'll give it 18. So out of 10 on the texture, bare minimum 9. Like it's at least 9. I'm thinking in that world where I can imagine something that's got a better one, so I can't give it 10 really. I can give it 9. I think 9's fair. So out of 15, my overall personal experience with this particular whiskey, what does it do well? Mouthfeel, so good. It's so oily. The coating quality of this particular whiskey, the oiliness of it, knocks it out of the park. Absolutely. Honestly, felt like the mouthfeel and the oiliness of this bottle was superior to the 13, and that's just kind of like how I feel about it today. What did I give the 13? Curiosity for mouthfeel texture 7. So I kind of felt this one was better on the texture. Man, great texture, great mouthfeel. Knocks it out of the park. Still has the unique Craig Ellicky distillate, slightly funky, slightly sulfury components. The complexity of the aromas, very good. Excellent score for complexity of aromas. Shortfalls, obviously the palate is not where I would like it to be. It is not that interesting. I expected more out of the palate. I didn't get as much funkiness as like the 13-year-old. I didn't get as much like orchard and tropical fruity components. I kind of was like stuck in the like malts and like some of that sherry realm, which is pretty samey. Again, we're not talking about the texture, but I would have wanted more of that funkiness, more of that sulfury note, more of that kind of like fruity aspects. These kind of ideas. Palate could be improved. Finish is still pretty good though, if not expected. Reasonable. A good little hint of like sweetnesses and vanilla, like ex-bourbon snuck in there, made it kind of a little better. Good length too. The one thing I'll say ultimately is, okay, so why pick this bottle over other bottles? Why, because that's what we ask when we talk about the experiences. Why would I pick this one up versus something else? Well, the texture, the oiliness, that's one of the reasons to pick up a bottle like this. The funkiness, but you do get a better job and you get a better value getting the funkiness out of your 13-year-old Craig Ellicky. You don't need to upgrade to the 17 to get that funk. The funk is better and more interesting, frankly, on the 13-year-old. It is not as interesting on this one. It's there, but it's a more of a minor player. There's more other flavors involved. The depth of complexity is stronger with that age statement, with that slightly more sherry. I feel like there's more to get out of this whiskey. But the whiskey is like less on the funkiness and less on the interesting parts, less on the parts that make it like obviously unique. But the uniqueness is kind of like interwoven with a larger selection of more available notes to you. That being said, excellent whiskey, palate's a disappointment. So, we have to like kind of decide kind of out of 15, how much does this stand out for its oiliness, and its funkiness? How much does this stand out, even though it has a medium palate? I think it's a standout whiskey. I think among the whiskeys I've had, it's a standout whiskey, but it doesn't. The palate is that gaping wound that's forcing me to give it a lower score than I want to. Give it 9. I think 9's fair. 9 out of 15 for my personal experience. A standout experience. Time to find a Star Wars Revenge of the Sith background for one of my bosses one-on-one. It is the correct day of it. It is the Revenge of the Fifth today. 21 and 15 and 18 and 9 and 9 is 72. 72 out of 100. And we call this a great whiskey. But what do we take away from this? It did score better. Okay. It did score better than the 13 by 4 points. That's it. So when we talk about value, like, and I did say when we fresh cracked this bottle and compared it to the 13, like there was, it was clear. Hey, Black Flies, how's it going? It was clear to me that this was going to score higher. I knew it was going to score higher. As soon as I tasted it, I was like, yeah, this has got more to it. But the part of my rating system is like, what makes a whiskey interesting? Why would I buy this over a different whiskey? And the fact of the matter is, the 13 does great in being an interesting, funky experience that you don't get even out of this bottle. It only beats the 13 by 4 points in among my rating. Despite the fact, if we're talking regular price, it's maybe 3 times more expensive. So, if you're looking for something that's got the funk, that's got a little more, you can spend the money, but man, the value is in the 13. The 13 is so good. Get yourself 3 13s instead of this, or 2, or whatever the number is, depending on the price in your in your region. Get the 13. 13's good. I love the 13. Absolutely. Great review, though. I think that was fair. I think that was fair assessment. Man, I'm disappointed in the palate, though. What happened? What happened? That's what I think of in a situation like this. I go to this bottle and I'm like, what happened? Why did the palate suck? What happened? What went wrong? Is there too much sherry in it? Maybe. I don't know. It's weird. Because we're at that intersection where I think we're just, we're at this intersection where it's been given enough time that it's not as flavorful in the weird, funky, malty way, but it hasn't picked up more of the barrel as a compensation, I guess, to make the palate hit. I don't know, man. Palate disappoints me on this whiskey. I wanted more out of it. I wanted that palate to slap more, and it just doesn't. I think that's fair. And to be honest, I think this is one of these bottles, and again, one of these distilleries that, in the groupthink circles of the world, people are like, "Oh man, this is a great bottle, insane, Craig Ellicky, #1 enthusiast groupthink world, best whiskey ever." And for me, man, I don't know. 13, I see it absolutely there. What does the whiskey base say? Out of blind curiosity. Not that means anything necessarily, but I'm just curious if people that aren't me are thinking in the same world as me, or if I'm in a weird kind of what do you call it? If I'm an outlier, I suppose. The whiskey base score for the 13 is 84, and the whiskey base score for the 17 is 86. And, you know, okay. I mean, I don't know if 2 points in whiskey base is like the same as 4 points in the way I judge things, but that seems like about fair, right? It's like the 17 is, it's only slightly better than the 13. Like, it's only slightly better, and the palette is maybe the worst part, at least for me. Yeah, I wouldn't say the value is in this can. It's in the 13. The 13 is so good. But we knew that, right? That's not news. A great whiskey though, man. Mouthfeel #1. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Got through some more Myst. It seems like there's maybe only 1 or 2 more, maybe 1 Myst stream left. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of Myst left, if I'm being honest. I don't know how many worlds there are, but I feel like there's maybe only like 3 or 4. So I think we're at a point where I might only have 1 more Myst stream, and then we're on to Riven or something else. But enjoyed that for sure. Probably back to Oblivion or something tomorrow. Of course, we'll do. I'm still behind on blind samples, and it's annoying to me. But I'm kind of trying to get through my list of shit to do. Did lots of updates this weekend. Plan to try to piecemeal work on some more updates in the coming week. I kind of want to get like back on track because I've been off track for like feels like a month. And then we'll have more interesting things. Fresh Crack on Wednesday. We're doing Final Fantasy on Friday. I wrote a little bit of a community news post, but I did order some copitas, which are like, again, this is most people use a Glen for whiskey, but before the Glen, most people use what's called a copita, which is a stemmed glass and with a bit of a bulbous shape. It's typically referred to as a nosing glass, but it's definitely one that they used. Master blenders have been using for quite some time in Scotland. We'll compare them with whiskeys just to kind of see what the difference might be if you want to use a Compita or want to use a Glen. But I'll continue doing review pieces with the Glen because to me, regardless of what my preference is, the Glen is what everybody uses. So I kind of want to make sure I'm reviewing based on the experience that the most people are going to have, which is tasting with the Glencairn and not the Copita, and you might have a difference in aromas, and we'll judge that and see. But again, we're going to try to start doing some other kind of like non-alcohol related kind of little reviews in the morning, maybe a little more food and drink in the stream. And I kind of want to use the Copitas for that because I feel like the Glen is not really as suitable for that, but we'll start doing that as soon as they kind of like arrive, come in. And again, I'm kind of like making sure we get all of our kind of like whiskey stuff up to date. And then we'll get some more new stuff. So again, vote in the poll. Thanks for being here. And join the Discord. Thank you guys on TikTok for all the random things that you gifted me today. I don't know what they are. But I appreciate it. I do. I think it's money. Thank you for the money. I like money. It'll go towards alcohol. Hopefully that's okay. And yeah, until next time, thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.